Hello, today I want to talk about the Positive PHDays conference, which took place on May 20 and May 21 in Moscow. I can say that this was and remains the main event for information security practitioners in Russia. First of all, I have to say a few words about the sanctions. The organizer of the event, Positive Technologies, is under the sanctions of the US Treasury Department since April 2021. Among the, quote, companies in the technology sector supporting Russian intelligence services. In a press release that the Treasury Department wrote, they insisted that Positive Technologies hosts large-scale conventions that are used as recruiting events for Russian special services. Well, I don't know exactly what they mean. Maybe they mean PHDays, or maybe not. But to say this about PHDays is like saying that any major international conference like Black Hat or RSA is a recruiting event. This is ridiculous. In my humble opinion, these are some dirty political games. It is said that reputable information security companies and security researchers are suffering from this. Now let's talk about my speech at PHDays 10. This year I had the opportunity to talk for an hour about my pet project, Vulristics. This project can help you prioritize known vulnerabilities. Anything that has a CVID. There is a full video of my speech. I have uploaded this to my YouTube channel. Russian version and a version that was dubbed into English. So, if you are interested, I recommend watching the full video. Here I will simply repeat the main points. So, I started with a disclaimer that using vulnerability prioritization instead of a regular patching process is basically a bad idea. So, if you're using some stuff and the vendor of this stuff tells you that you should install a security patch, so just do it. Do it. Because in order to properly prioritize vulnerabilities, you must have a good input data, but you won't. Then I criticize the CVSS and vulnerability prioritization techniques that VM vendors use. And after that I started talking about Vulristics, how it can present Microsoft patch to use these vulnerabilities, and any CVE set in general. To demonstrate this, I took the fresh advisory from NSA and their British counterparts. With this example, I explained the difficulties of prioritizing vulnerabilities, how any part of the data may be outdated or invalid. Finally, I showed how Vulristics can be used to compare vulnerability knowledge bases of different vulnerability scanners. I have shown vulnerabilities that OpenVAS and Nessus cannot detect, and have suggested possible causes. I think the last part is the most interesting. After that, we have a very intense Q&A session. I've put together a long to-do list. I left links to all the Vulristics report in the blog. So, PHDays is of course more than just a conference. It is a meeting place that cannot be changed. I talked all day with former and current colleagues, classmates, and with new and old friends from the field of vulnerability management. It is amazing how many cool people are working with vulnerability databases and vulnerability management process. I would especially like to note two reports. Vitaly Menshov from Atlas, he talked about the detection of errors and the INVD, especially the errors and vulnerability descriptions and CPEs. He does some pretty cool stuff. I think this topic is worthy of a detailed analysis. The second one is by Ilya Zuev from Rambler. He explained how to perform a comprehensive and accurate vulnerability scans. Quote, "Practice shows that a test server or on the internet or a website with accessible Git folder or an open port of Redis or Kubernetes API is enough to hack a company, even with built-in processes for managing updates, vulnerabilities, and changes. Unexpected situations can still arise." Ilya discussed how to avoid becoming a victim of a ransomware, to identify vulnerabilities at all levels, from ports to configurations, code, containers in CI/CD processes. This is a very detailed talk about vulnerability management, and I recommend it. So, I was very glad to see everyone. Thanks to the organizers for the event. And basically, that's all for today. Please subscribe, leave your comments. Also subscribe to my Telegram channel. Bye.